December 12th. Difficult to believe it's 13 days till Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Man,
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it, does it?
Yeah, I hear you.
Right smack in the middle of Hanukkah, lighting them candles.
Yep.
Right, so warm out.
Coming right down to the end of Ramadan, which ends on this weekend, I think on Sunday.
Autobody Express, sponsored by Nikon. Take advantage of all this stuff. Get that Ramadan thing going.
Sure.
The Hanukkah deal going. Get the Christmas thing going.
Absolutely.
ABX is on the World Wide Web at AutobodyExpress.com. Designed and powered by Tana Graphics. Did a great job. And the little icons there on the Autobody Express homepage, you can click on that, find out all about them.
Mm-hmm.
They did a fabulous job designing a web page for the Autobody Express.
Yeah,
They can do the same for you.
It's neat.
It's a good page, isn't
Yep.
it?
Get something for your Jewish friends, something for your Muslim friends, something for your Christian friends.
1-800-272-1957. There are people at the Autobody Express right now. Call them and load up on stuff. ABX, sponsored by Nikon.
And I sure do dread it, cause I know just what I'm gonna do. Start spending my money, calling everybody honey, and wind up singing the blues. I spend my whole paycheck on some old wreck, and brother, I can name you a few. Well, I gotta get drunk, and I sure do dread it, cause I know just what I'm gonna do. Well, I gotta get drunk, Lord, I can't stay sober. There's a lot of good people in town. They love to hear me holler, see me spend my dollars. I wouldn't think of letting them down. Well, there's a lot of good doctors keep telling me, George, you better start slowing it down. But there's more old drunks than there are old doctors, so I guess we better have another round. Imus in the morning.
All right, people, the pressure's on. Just a few more weeks of shopping, and you know you got to come up with more than just a little something. So you know what I suggest?
The messages that we're receiving here on the Imus Morning program are running about 9 to 1 from people who hate Sid, like Dave on line 2. Good morning, Dave. Dave, wake up.
Dave, you fool? He left.
Moron.
Idiot. Scott.
Well, just one less phone call. That's okay. Hey,
Yeah.
It wasn't like you didn't take 2 or 3 last hour, or the hour before that, or the hour before that.
Yeah.
You would have some of these people just call me at home at night, man, just say, hey, Sid, it's me, Dave from Boston. I hate you. You know, I don't know if you guys were listening this morning when Bernie was on with Joe Beningo.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Well, Bernie came on with this.
I didn't come on. He drank.
No, well, whatever. Bernie goes on the show,
Jeez.
and they're talking
Sitting
about...
here trying to work.
He's trying to compare Latrell Sprewell
I didn't try to
with
compare
Roberto
it.
Alomar.
Yeah.
You did try to compare.
Well, yeah, well, but
Bernie, you compared the two
I did.
guys.
Okay, Latrell
And
Sprewell
but you were okay with Latrell Sprewell because it was 5 years ago.
No. When Latrell came to the Knicks, he took the heat. He got hammered. The incident was played up big time, that he had choked the coach and all that.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, compare Robbie Alomar comes to the Mets. They don't even allude to it on sports radio, and most casual sports fans, that's the only way they know Roberto Alomar.
that's not true.
Francesa addressed it yesterday.
He addressed it finally when he spoke to Alomar. Yeah, but
Well-
when they first came on from 1 to 2 o'clock, you would never know that incident ever occurred.
Oh, it was 5 years
you
ago.
would never know. But
It was 5 years ago.
That's the only way I know Roberto Alomar.
No,
Most sports
come
fans
on.
know him. They don't.
You know
I didn't
he's a
even know
great
what team-
baseball player.
I did not. I
Well,
knew he was some schmuck that spitting it up by his face.
Francesa brought it up with who he should have brought it up with, Alomar.
Yeah.
He should have brought it up when he was discussing it, in my opinion.
What, right away?
Well, that's preposterous.
Well,
Well, maybe you should have mentioned it, yeah.
What, right away? The first thing you should mention is that the guy's
at least
spitting
in
up
the
by his
first
face?
hour of your show,
Well,
yeah.
but who cares
But
about
you're
that?
getting a low
We
life.
care about it. He's a lowlife.
What, because he's spitting somebody's face?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But what about what Latrell Sprewell did?
And then he maligned
He
the
should
guy.
have choked the guy.
He should have choked him?
Got a loud mouth. Keep your mouth shut.
Okay, so you're okay with Sprewell choking Carlissimo, but
Yeah.
you think it's a bad thing that Alomar spit in Hershbeck's face?
Absolutely.
I don't see it.
That's his position, but that's being inconsistent. But mine is consistent.
Well, yours wasn't consistent either. Yours was
yes,
more
it was.
consistent than I am.
Do we have any tape of Bernard with Benigno?
I don't know if we have it, but I got to be.
There's got to be a
Bernard just went from
Mensa meeting.
one side of the bridge to the other. He went back, and every
Look,
time.
as long as the guy can hit. If he was on the you hammer Clemens for being a punk. And
Well,
all
he
that,
is a punk.
because he
Well,
almost
just
killed
wanted to-
Piazza. Well, now Roberto Alomar is like a saint. He's a
Oh,
he's
I
a
wouldn't say
wonderful
he's a
guy. He's a
saint.
great acquisition.
He is. He's the guy's a Hall of Fame second
All
baseman.
right, there you go. But no, the fact that he did what he did doesn't even
What
matter.
did he do? You're making it sound like
He clammed in the guy's face
So
on national
what?
TV
Big
during
deal.
the playoffs.
What did I
So
tell
was
you?
it- Maybe
I
it
said
was the
guy.
World Series.
He probably deserved it. I said to you,
Who deserved it?
Hirschbeck.
The
Well,
guy's son had just died, just passed
No,
away.
no, he didn't know his son died. You
No, yeah,
can't.
but Alomar made disparaging remarks about the guy and his son being dead after the incident.
That's
also.
not necessarily
that is
true.
true.
It was blown out of proportion,
That
Bernard.
is disgraceful. Guy should be electrocuted.
Now he's the best
Who?
thing since sliced bread because he's going to
You
bat
and
for the Knicks.
Alomar, by the way, Sid.
Alomar's going to save this
I
town,
am so
man.
sick of you, by the way.
Why? What happened now?
I don't know. I'm just losing my enthusiasm for you.
It's over?
I want some yucks.
Well, Mike told me.
You and Bernard bickering about Roberto Alomar. I mean, I rest my case. When I first announced the trade
Right. I
on
heard
this
it.
program yesterday,
I heard it yesterday
the
morning.
initial response from both Lou and Bernard was one of outrage.
No. Lou is not out. Lou is one of the fan droids. Lou is an automaton. Hey, he's on the Mets. He's great.
I said good trade, that's all.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what everybody said.
You disgusting worm, Lou.
Yeah.
But when it happened,
There you
I
go.
thought it was the most disgusting thing I'd ever seen.
No,
when
it's
it
not.
happened,
Now it's
it was
okay.
Yeah, now it's
Now
okay.
you'd be wearing his jersey, you and Eddie Scazzeri.
Well, what should we do to him?
Look,
I don't know.
if OJ could still catch and he could play for the Jets, they'd be.
You
God
see,
bless him.
This is where the
That's
comparison.
fantastic.
This is where Bernard
Bring
loses
him
me a
on.
little bit.
Hey, listen, it was a long time
You
ago. Maybe
compare
she had
this.
it. Maybe she had it coming. She was sleeping
No,
with
no,
the
no.
white guy, right?
She was asking
Now,
for
now,
it.
now you're being now
Come on,
you're being
come on,
It's a matter of degree in their minds.
You can't compare spitting on an empire
It was
with
a-
killing a guy's wife.
I'm not, but you
What?
can't
What are you,
forget
nuts?
about it.
And what about the waiter? How come you always leave the waiter out, Imus? Why? What is it about Ron Goldman? You always leave him out.
I never left him out.
You talk about him killing his wife. What about Ron Goldman? Nice Jewish kid, waiter in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He killed
Well,
two people.
he was
all
hosing
He
the guy's
killed
wife.
two people.
Yeah, that's right.
Too bad it wasn't three, Sid.
Yeah.
Oh,
not
man.
Sid either.
Well, I just thought that.
Whoa.
Oh, no, Bobby.
I think he's talking about you, I
You're
mean.
not talking about me, are you?
I think so.
No.
Well, you bald-headed stooge.
Which, by the way, I have to
Wait a
say,
minute.
being today's Wednesday and Friday's Christmas bonus day, it might not be a good move out of you, Bernard.
Wait, what do you mean today's Christmas bonus day?
Friday he's going to give out his Christmas bonuses before he goes to that ranch out in New
No,
Mexico.
I was talking about Charles.
Oh.
Not the I-Man.
You see, we're on the 72-hour watch now. 72 hours to Christmas bonuses. Then you can hammer I-Man all you want next week.
You know, that's a nice tie you're wearing, Chief.
Doesn't he look great?
Yeah,
How about that
thank
shirt? And you know what? Seriously, since you got together with Monty Hunter, I don't know who this guy is. I know he
Yep.
played for Dallas. This guy has done an unbelievable job with you.
You are so
I
sick
think
and
you're
I ought
ready.
to shoot
I
you.
think you're ready to
Well,
run
in
the
fact, I
You
may
look
shoot
great.
you.
You look fantastic.
Shut
Seriously.
up.
You've been
Colors
lifting
back
weights?
Right, he looks like he's all buff now and stuff, right?
Could you do the sports?
Sure. Knicks
he's
lost
buzzing.
last night.
Oh, great job Cheney's doing, huh?
Well, he's 1-1 right now. That's not so bad. There's a picture today of Jeff Van Gundy in the New York Post. Have you seen it, I-Man? He looks awful. Somebody got him walking down his driveway yesterday, his face full with hair like he hadn't. He looked like he's been out like smoking. For like the
Smoking
last
crack.
week, right? For like a week and a half.
Yeah.
Hasn't shaved. His
I mean,
hair is disheveled.
You know that look, right, Sid?
What do you mean by that, Bernard?
You know what he means.
I don't know what he means. Anyway, the Knicks lost the game last night in overtime.
Right.
Latrell Sprewell had a career-high 49 points last night, talking about Latrell Sprewell.
Great, and it still didn't win.
No, they still didn't
No,
win.
no.
He choked.
No.
No.
And the Nets won last night. They beat the Chicago Bulls.
Great.
And the Giants are coming up with a big game on Saturday, I-Man, hosting the Arizona Cardinals on Saturday afternoon.
Right.
That's a
It's
big
not
one.
a big game for them.
Well, it is a big game.
The Giants are out of it.
Well, they're not really mathematically eliminated
Oh,
yet.
please.
You know.
I must
Hello.
do 25 push-ups by Friday
No,
before the Jets
that's
get
not
into the
that.
Super Bowl.
What's your team
Giants.
this week? No, this week. Steelers. You're a Raiders fan,
No, I'm a Raiders fan.
but you like the Steelers too, don't you?
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, the Steelers are playing a big game. You like the Rams too, I-Man?
Yeah, of course I like the Rams.
That may be a Super Bowl right there. The Rams
No,
and the Steelers.
my team's the Raiders.
That's your team.
Yeah.
But they haven't played well as of late. So what I'm
Well,
saying?
still my team.
No, I think you ought to think about changing teams at this point.
Well, they beat
Yeah,
Kansas City.
there's a-
That's all I
there's a
care
Yeah,
true
but
about.
the Steelers are better. Why don't you just become a Steeler fan? It's very simple. I mean,
He's a
Bradshaw
true
was in
fan. He's not abandoning his.
I'm not abandoning my team, the Oakland Raiders.
His
If they lose,
core NFL
yeah,
team
is the Raiders.
Would you say that you've been a Raider fan your whole life?
Probably not.
How long? How long? Since the days of Darryl LaMonica, George Blanda? Would you go back that far?
Yeah, I don't know who
No.
those people are.
Of course not. How about Ken Stabler? You ever hear of Ken Stabler?
You're the snake.
Okay, so you've been so that's 1970s. You've been a Raider fan for 25 years.
Yes.
Well, that's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Okay.
Stabler to Biletnikoff. Stabler
See?
to Biletnikoff.
In Cliff Branch, you know about Cliff Branch?
So, I used to love Oak Cliff.
He used to love who?
Cliff.
Oh, Cliff Branch.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So he's a Raider fan.
Yeah.
Raiders did not look very good the last couple
John
of
Madden.
games. Who's that?
He used to coach the Raiders.
John Madden, exactly right. There you go. Sure, John Madden.
Exactly.
Doing a fantastic job on Fox these days with Pat Summerall.
Yeah.
Right? By the way, it's his last year for Pat Summerall. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
He's retiring at the end of this season.
Well,
You did know that because one of your favorite announcers is replacing him. The guy that all baseball season throughout the whole playoffs, you extolled his virtues like he was the next Howard Cosell.
Joe Buck.
There you go, Joe Buck.
I do like Joe Buck.
Joe Buck and John Madden will be working together next year in NFL games.
Beautiful.
How about that?
I'll be doing it.
Hey, the Rangers play tonight, I-Man.
Huh?
But nobody cares.
Nobody, more people care about the rodeo
No.
than care about hockey. No, I'm telling you.
Don't start with that.
Oh,
That's not
please,
true.
I'm telling you.
No,
Not New York.
that's
True.
ridiculous.
It's just a fact.
That's not. What do you mean?
It's just a fact.
I don't even think 10 people in the newsroom know.
Oh, the newsroom. The newsroom doesn't mean anything. You got a bunch of degenerates out in the newsroom. You got Eddie Scazzeri, Eric Spitz, and a bunch of retards out there in the newsroom. What are you talking about?
That's a decent point. But
And
even with that
moron
said,
you work with, that what's his name?
oh,
Joey
you liked
McDonald.
last week. You liked Jody Mack.
I do like him,
But he's a moron.
no, he's a total moron.
So who is it? So these degenerates that are out in the middle of the country that listen to the show for Joe Beaver, those people are okay.
Yes. Those are my people.
Those are our people.
How could they be your people? You're a New Yorker through and
Well,
through.
I'm okay, but the people in New York are my people as well. I mean, I've been here for 30 years. I consider myself a New Yorker.
This fellow is a man of the people.
Yeah, I'm a man of the people.
I can't imagine bigger degenerates than the people in the middle of this country that you cater Joe Beaver to. I can't even think of anybody worse.
Hey, Joe Beaver!
Give me a break.
Who's worse than some toothless goon hockey player smacking somebody with a stick? What are you, nuts?
Some toothless rodeo guy trying to ride a bull who wants no part of him around the stupid circle for an hour and a half. How about that?
You are just a total fool. You have any other sports to report?
No, I got nothing else for you, I'm in.
So you came in with nothing this morning.
What do you mean? I had the Knicks for you. I had the Giants
Came
for
in
you.
knocking my friend Lupica.
Well, Lupica did have. That was a silly article today, and he
No,
tried.
it's not a silly article. The article's fine.
The headline's not-
headline was stupid.
And did you believe his story that he didn't write it?
Of course.
Yeah, well,
We know it.
Well, I don't believe
Yes.
that. I don't
Why?
believe it. And I'm not. Look, I like Lupi. You know that. I don't want to call the man a liar, but there's no way in a million years that he writes a story and somebody else writes the headline. So Lupi, in his best fashion, is passing it off on somebody else. I'm surprised he didn't call here and say, "Hey, Sid, thanks for writing the headline today." I mean, come on, you know he wrote that.
No.
And he was thrilled about it too. I said, "Take a look at this, guys. This is ingenious. Look at this. Piazza Hall of Famer, Alomar Hall of Famer. I'm coming up with Steve Phillips too." I mean, nothing could be more insane. It's absolutely maniacal. Yeah, Lupica should be put away. Right off the sport, right over to Bellevue. No more sports reporters for Lupica. He's done. Finished. I know he's your buddy and everything, man, but I got to say this. The more I work with you, I find out that your stable of friends is unstable.
Yeah. Not a great group of friends,
it's-
but what are you going to do?
It's really not. It's really not. And you guys had the nerve to make fun of my friends because I happened to confuse earlier today the words infer and imply,
Yeah.
which I still think are synonymous, but you don't think it is.
Hello, I love you, won't you tell me your name? Imus in the morning.
Hey, it's those two guys from 7-Eleven. And special guest, Santa Claus.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Mr. Claus, what's your secret?
Getting
Long distance information, give me Imus in the morning.
The flagship station for New York sports is The Fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York, an Infinity broadcasting station. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning, 10 o'clock. This is John Minko.
Reichelt hands it to Williams. Celtics start in motion. They go up top to Walker. Walker puts up the three. Oh, it's good! Antoine Walker from downtown, and he ties the game with 3.6 remaining. Oh, what a finish here at the Garden, and there's still more time to go.
And indeed, there was more time, overtime. And in the extra session, it was the Celtics that come away with the victory, 102-93, the final last night in the Garden. Temperatures 43 degrees. Skies are cloudy at this hour. And that's what's happening. This is John Minko with 2020 Sports on WFAN, your home for the Mike and the Mad Dog program, weekdays 1 until 6:30.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York.
5 after 10 on an overcast morning, at least here in New York, depending on where you're at. You may get some sunshine today. I think it's going to be nasty. Jody Mack here with you on the Fan with my partner, Sid Rosenberg. How are you this morning, Sidney?
Doing well. How you doing, Mac?
Oh, pretty good.
I like that color on you, by the way. That orange kind of mock turtle you're wearing today. It's a good color for you.
Thank you.
No, I'm serious.
You lie well. This is the first thing on the top of the pile.
No, I mean, I think that color brings out a nice. It brings out like your face looks nice and red today.
You hitting on me?
Maybe.
Okay.
Got 3 hours. We got 3 hours together.
Stop it now, okay? First things first. We have to educate you. I don't know, maybe you don't believe I'm in or Charles and the like.
Okay.
People I have many friends. My old partner in Philadelphia was a writer for 12 years before he ever decided to get behind a microphone. People who write columns don't write the headlines.
Is that true, honestly? You knew that?
Of course I knew. Everybody knows
Would
that.
you say the
Sid?
average person who buys the paper knows that? I'm being serious. Not anybody who's in the business.
I honestly don't know that. Anyone who's done what I've done for closing in on 15 years
Well, you would know.
knows that headline writers are different than the individuals
See, I never knew
who
that.
write the actual
I'm
column
telling you, if you
themselves.
grab the average guy off the street right now who's never been in this business and knows nothing about media and said, who do you think wrote that headline for Lupica's article? I'll almost guarantee you the overwhelming majority would say, Lupica. Why would somebody else write his headline for an article that he writes?
Because that's the way the newspaper business works.
Huh?
I'm not telling you it's right. I'm telling you it's dumb.
Yeah.
The guy should be consulted on it. Lupica should have last say because they are attaching it to his work, and there are people, I don't know what the percentage is, you think it's everybody, I'm telling you it's some, who think that Lupica probably wrote that, but I can tell you for sure Mike did not write that headline. They have people that specifically write headlines, and the News and the Post are two of the best papers in the country for the ability to write headlines.
Well,
They're
not
great,
this one.
they have great headline writers.
Not this one.
That was a hideously bad headline.
Well, until I see that guy who wrote that headline, you know I love Loopy. I don't want to put him on the spot here.
You did. You put him on the griddle, and he didn't belong on the griddle.
Well, he fought nicely.
You got to
He
pull
fought
him back
nicely.
off.
Right.
Headline writers write the headlines. Columnists write their columns.
All right.
And sometimes the two match up, and sometimes they
All right, Lupica, you're off the hook. How about that?
That's good. I'm only here to educate, not to be hit on. All right, let's move on to the Knickerbockers last night. In case you were wondering as to who the best player in the Knicks were, and I know there's some Allen Houston fans out there, you saw last night that Latrell Sprewell was far and away the best Knick player. However, you got to make a free throw in the last minute of the game. You were...
We'll see you tomorrow. I'm stirring the pot even at 6:30 after 5:30. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock, folks. Adios.
Mike and the Mad Dog, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Hey, it's those two guys from 7-Eleven.
WFAN in New York.
Hi, this is Chris Hassler, live from Cancun, Mexico. And I'm going to tell you what's happening here right now.
Mexican destination.
Mexico, closer than ever.
The Giants are back home for a special 1:30 Saturday game when they meet their division rivals, the Arizona Cardinals. Hi, this is Bob Papa. Join me along with Dick Lynch, Carl Banks, and Richard Neer for all the play-by-play. Our coverage gets underway this Saturday at noon with Sid Rosenberg hosting Giants Game Day live from Parking Lot D next to the bubble at Giants Stadium. All here on your flagship station for New York sports, The Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York.
Listen very close. WFAN New York.
The New York Rangers pregame show is brought to you by The Wiz, your ticket to entertainment.
From Madison Square Garden, welcome to New York Rangers hockey. The second of a 7-game homestand. And from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the Honorable Edward Moore Kennedy.
Hello, this is Ted Kennedy. T-E-D-K Kennedy. For those among you who may have let my name slip your minds. From the evidence, that may well be every man, woman, child, infant, and embryo in America. Many of my constituents have been wondering why, this past weekend, I picked up the phone to call in to C-SPAN's Washington Journal program as Ted from Boston. The answer is simple. Calling C-SPAN may now be the only avenue remaining to me for getting on Sunday morning television. Ever since the days of the Clinton Lewinsky stained dress, blunt in the your give me fits, BJ scandal, when my own peccadillos compelled me to basically vanish from the formal investigation of that tawdry affair, I have had difficulty in recovering my once formidable status. Today, the unpleasant events that have beset our nation make my professional recovery even more arduous. Nobody wants my view about anything. I was not amused when Sunday's C-SPAN host sought to further disparage me when, recognizing my voice, as well as some unhappy personal history, he asked whether the caller was Ted Kennedy or Ted Bundy. Ha ha. I find myself completely marginalized by members of the George Bush Dream Team. Cheney, Powell, Rice, Rumsfeld, and Ashcroft. One needs no more detailed illustration of just how much I no longer matter than to review the principal Sunday morning shows of this past weekend. I was available, as always, to expound at length upon familiar, harebrained Ted Kennedy positions. But instead, whom did the Democratic Party roll out for guest appearance duty? Senators Harry Reid and Hillary Clinton. Can you even tell me what state Harry Reid is from? Yes, Nevada, and yes, he's the Senate's assistant Democratic leader. But you know what I mean. In the grand scheme, he was, is, and always will be Harry who? At least citizens know Hillary Rodham Clinton, principally as the woman who, in the waning days of the Clinton administration, put everything that wasn't nailed down at the White House on eBay. The mere fact that these two senators are whom the Democratic Party would turn to as key Sunday morning representatives speaks with ringing clarity to my diminished significance. Indeed, now, because of what I view as President Bush's unfair monopolizing of the war on terror, I am all but invisible. Wouldn't even be able to be tracked were it not for my gargantuan physical proportions. Therefore, let the word go forth from this time and place, an urgent appeal to my colleague, Senator Christopher Dodd. Desperate times demand desperate measures. It is time, old friend, to restore Ted Kennedy to the headlines. Yes, it is time to sling another waitress or two across another table or two at another saloon or two. Ask not what your fellow senator can do for you. Ask what you can do for your fellow senator.
The preceding political announcement paid for by the Kennedy Restoration Project of Boston, the Chappaquiddick Reprise Coalition, every bar inside the Beltway, and the Democratic National Committee, still a wholly owned subsidiary of the People's Republic of China. Terry McAuliffe, silverware thief.
25 after the hour here on the My Mr. the Morning program. Dan Rather's coming up.
She said, I'm gonna hire a wino to decorate our home, so you feel more at ease here, and you won't need to roam. We'll take out the dining room table and put a bar along that wall, and a neon sign will point the way to our bathroom down the hall. Imus in the morning.
Jaguar is having an Unwrap at Jaguar event during which you...
101st Screaming Eagle airborne patch. If the eagle is supposed to be on the right shoulder or the left, and is it facing, does the eagle face out? In other words, face the way your face faces?
Right.
Or the other way? Because...
Does it face forward or face toward your back?
Yeah, because if it makes a difference, then I screwed up. Warner Wolf is here, and we can sum up this whole Jason Giambi thing by... We got a rock star, and the Mets got, well... a wife beater and a guy who spits on people. So that's where that's at.
A spitter and a beater.
Yeah,
that's it. Next case.
Yeah.
That's it. By the way, the Mets now also got center fielder Roger Cedeno, free agent from the Tigers.
What did he do?
Well, he hit .293 last year. He's a base stealer. He's not going to hit any home runs or RBIs, but they needed a leadoff man. The funny thing is they had this guy in '99 and traded him away.
Oh.
Did he kick anybody in the groin or anything like that?
Yeah, do anything like that. That's what we want.
It's his badge of honor.
And the Yankees got Rondell White, but of course the question there is this guy is always on the disabled list.
Yeah, but he's not putting his wife on the disabled list.
That's the important thing. That's right.
Like David Justice, I mean?
That's right.
Oh.
You know, Nuggets coach Dan Issel suspended 4 games. You know about that ethnic remark.
Yeah.
And then there's Nick Van Exel, who says he's tired of losing, wants to be traded. And somebody said, well, wait a minute, what about the fact that the Nuggets have lost close games?
You lose by 1 point for 62 games. You lose 62 games, regardless.
There you go. See?
I hear you.
Can't fool him.
Exactly what said that.
Warner Wolf here on the outside.
Imus in the morning.
All right. North Fork Bank wants to send you to the big game in the Big Easy. I think you know the game I mean. And if you enter North Fork Bank's big game sweepstakes, you can win a trip to New Orleans to see it, including airfare, accommodations, and 2 game tickets. How do you enter? Just stop by any North Fork Bank branch and ask their...
Lord McNichol for the New York Lottery Fan Highway Patrol. Hey, you never know.
7 minutes till the hour here in the Imus Morning program. Well, Loretta Lynn's plate is history. I don't need that.
Boy, is
it's out of here.
But
time for sports and Sid Rosenberg and Warner Wolf receiving a big sports award. And Sid comes in. He's all... What's your problem with it?
Well, he's like haunting me now. It's bad enough. Yesterday I was listening to Mike and Chris air Jason Giambi's press conference live, and I had to hear Warner Wolf ask a question. But now today, really one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen in my short tenure here on the Imus in the Morning program. Page 123 of the New York Post. Retired Yankee great Don Mattingly will be honored along with Channel 2's Warner Wolf when they received a Media Hero Award on January 31st at the 22nd Annual Thurman Munson Awards dinner. The Media Hero Award honors broadcasters for contributions to New York City both on and off the air.
So what's the problem?
It's very nice.
How's that trouble you?
Warner Wolf and Sal Marciano, right?
Yeah, it's Sal Marciano.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why these things are given out and no one even contacts me. I'm not even being considered as part of a possible chance to win this award. No one calls me. I got to open up the paper and see a big mugshot of smiling Warner Wolf. And no one even called me about this thing. No, I mean, I never even got a consideration. I never even got like a ballot to fill out for myself. Nothing.
You've been a sportscaster for 20 minutes.
So what?
When you were getting your teeth knocked out in second grade, Warner was the icon of New York City
When
sports.
you were spitting on somebody, that's when you got it.
You know, I'm a little tired of hearing about that. I mean, yeah, that's great, but that's old news. I mean, how long are you to keep telling me about what happened 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago? I mean, it's a new world, guys. It's going to be 2002 next week.
Well,
you talk about bitter, man. Wow.
Well, I'm not bitter. I'm
You're like one step up from an intern, and you're complaining about Warner getting an award.
Yeah,
a legend.
Legend. I don't think I'm bitter about the whole thing. I just think that I deserve at least some type of concern. Why do you think I'm bitter, Charles? I don't just think the guy should get an award right now. Why come nobody even call?
They would have considered Minko before they considered you.
Why? Why do you say that? You know who won the award last year? Susan Waldman won the award last year.
Well, there you go, a pioneering woman in broadcasting.
No.
And then I got to read Phil Mushnick's column today, and all he does is extol the virtues of Mike Breen. And every time I open the paper, all they do is kill me, like your degenerate listeners.
What have you ever done? You got to wake up.
What do you mean, what have I ever done?
Yeah, other than...
What are your credentials?
Get fired.
Have you been listening to 10 to 1 on this station lately? The brilliance that comes on to this every day.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to.
Entertaining hilarity.
Excuse me, your next appointment is here.
Ah, hello, Volvo. Come in. Terry McAuliffe, silverware thief.
We still have far to go, and many dangers lie ahead. Yet there can be no doubt how this conflict will end. Our enemies have made the mistake that America's enemies always make. They saw liberty and thought they saw weakness. And now they see defeat.
Imus in the morning.
When chasing a female horsefly, the male horsefly can...
This is history. So...
But for a moment, you were swinging back. You almost felt bad.
No, I didn't feel bad. No, I didn't. Not at all.
Okay.
Auto Body Express sales going on. I mean, in my view. To still like I'm some disc jockey in Hendersonville, North Carolina. I mean, I don't need that.
It's insulting.
That's ridiculous. Here's the thing. Don't send me anything. Do like Willie does, or Dwight Yoakam, or Delbert McClinton, or any of those people. Do you think Delbert's going to send something? No, and I don't want him to. Then I'm not going to be sitting around in January saying, well, I didn't get anything from Dwight Yoakam or Delbert McClinton or Willie Nelson or Kinky or those people.
Right.
No.
Right.
But it's because they know better than to send some cheesy, impersonal, crummy,
see what's left?
Hideous plate, probably made in
There's the biggest pieces we could
Korea.
find. Right there. That's it. Those are
Good.
the largest pieces we could find.
Good. I'm glad.
A very nice gift from Loretta. Hope you're happy.
So it's 26 after the hour here in the Imus Morning program. Please welcome to the program now the senior senator from the state of Connecticut, Senator Chris Dodd. Good morning, Senator Dodd.
Good morning, Imus.
What the hell's with Kennedy, your buddy there, Senator Edward Kennedy, rather, calling C-SPAN Sunday morning, Ted from Boston?
Well, life changes. Here, I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning feeding this beautiful child lie right here next to me right now.
Hmm?
You still have me Teddy throwing women. What the hell's going on with you?
Well, no. I just mentioned that years ago, you and Senator Kennedy used to...
We used to enjoy life a little bit.
I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, how are you?
How are you? How is your little child, by the way?
She's beautiful. She's been up since about 4.
Seattle in the year of 92 with George Perez partner and brother Billy too. They crossed the Yukon River
I'm not going to say I'm steamed about it because right now I'm going to chalk it up to an omission that was probably not realized, but I have to make it. I have to bring it to the forefront right now. I came into the office today and early this morning, and I checked my inbox, and I had next week's schedule, and that was it.
Yeah.
So I went back again, and like a half hour later, and I keep looking for the inbox, and it's an incredible thing, man, but I can't find that bonus check of mine that I'm supposed to get on this program.
Who would you get a bonus check from?
You. Now, I heard from the other guys on the show, they all got bonus checks yesterday.
Right.
And I've been checking my bin I checked it 3 times already today, and it's not there.
Well, it's not going to be there either.
How bad do you need $50 anyway?
Here's Fred Imus now.
Wait a second.
Say Jeep dealer. Good morning, Fred.
Hey, what's going on?
Do you have something for Sid, Fred?
Got a bonus?
Yeah, why don't you bend over?
That's great, Fred. That's really nice. Oh, my brother, an old subtle Fred.
Oh, man, I'm bummed out.
What's the matter?
I got to take your Christmas present back.
Why?
Well, I don't think you're going to like it.
What would it be?
Oh, it's that Loretta Lynn plate with, but mine may be different. I inscribed on mine is the lyrics to Coal Miner's Daughter.
Really?
Which might make mine more valuable.
Did you actually get one?
No, hell no. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No, but why would I get one from anybody?
Warner Wolf getting a big award, Fred. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm sorry Sid didn't get that award, but I'd look for him to get it next year.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Finally, somebody making a little sense on this program.
I mean,
have you heard anything?
If somebody does deserve it, it's Sid.
There you
and
go.
sometimes those awards, they just give them because the guy's been around a long time,
Of course, they do that all the time. Before the guy dies, they got to give him something.
Absolutely. I mean, Sid's right. I mean, Sid should have got the award.
It's called a Lifetime Service Award.
That's what it is. It's just a chump award,
Fred's a genius. I love Fred. See, it's all about the quantity, not the quality. You know what I'm saying, Fred?
Right.
I've only been doing it for 20 minutes. I get the award. It's because of the quality.
All right, let's
and then your 20 minutes is a lot more quality than Warner's 50 years.
Let's talk some football here with you two morons.
All right.
First, start with you, Fred. Giants, Cardinals.
Oh, I think the Cardinals can win that game.
What do you think, Sid?
I think the Giants are going to win. Based upon nothing more than I'm a Giant fan.
Warner got that award,
Raiders, Chargers. Raiders should win that easily.
Yes, they should.
Okay.
I mean, that's a no-brainer. Anybody could figure that out. You wouldn't even have to be into football to realize that the Chargers aren't going to beat the Raiders.
What do you think, Sid?
Well, being that you're a Raider fan, if I was to say the Raiders are going to win, would that help my chances at all of a check ending up in my inbox before the
A little bit, yes, it would.
Yeah, well, I think the Raiders are going to win big. In fact, I think the Raiders are going to the Super Bowl.
Well, if Fred writes the check, then I'm not writing any check.
Well, you're the Raider fan.
Okay. On Sunday, we have the Jets and the Bengals. I mean, if they can't beat the Bengals,
Jets should win that game pretty easy.
Chiefs and the Broncos, that's off the board. Why, you said? You're a gambler.
Well, there's an injury there, that's why. As long as somebody's banged up. Greasy got knocked out of the game, you may remember last week, and Farrat came into play. So whenever there's a big member of a certain team that's injured, they got to take the game off the board.
Talked to Joe Beaver the other day, Fred.
You did?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
Well, he won the 5th round in calf roping. He didn't make it. He didn't make the finals for team roping.
Huh.
He won a buckle for Wyatt, though.
He did?
Yeah, but Cody Ohl has won everything, and he won again last night, the 6th round in calf roping.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That guy's unbelievable.
Fantastic. Spectacular, this guy. I know, I saw the whole thing.
Where's that, in Fort Worth?
No, Fred, the National Rodeo Finals in Vegas.
Oh, Vegas.
How do you not know that, Fred?
How do you not know
What's the matter
that,
with you? Everybody knows that.
Nuts?
Come on, Fred. I didn't miss a second
Fred,
of it.
how could you not know that, John? You live on a cattle ranch.
What's that?
Even a goober doesn't know about it.
Cody Joel, baby.
That's what I meant. Vegas.
Your Browns, Fred, are favored by 2 points to beat the Jaguars.
Well, it'd be better for the Browns just go ahead and lose on out. I mean, they just pick higher in the draft, and they're not going to go to the playoffs. So if you're not going to go to the playoffs, then that means you have no future, and your only future is to pick higher in the draft. So just lose. Please, just lose the rest of the games.
Talking with Fred Imus and Sid Rosenberg. Let's talk college football and enough of this stuff. I'm sick of these games. There's one, this whole college bowl thing is such a joke.
Oh, it's awful.
It is so disgraceful. First of all, they've ruined New Year's Day.
Yep.
In fact, I'm flying back from New Mexico on New Year's Day
because
there's nothing to watch.
Right.
Well, you're not going to watch the Miami game for the national championship?
It's not on New Year's Day.
That's right. It's a day after.
It's on the 3rd.
It's not on the 2nd?
No, it's on Wednesday night.
Oh, that's ridiculous. And it's a lousy game anyway because Nebraska's playing. Nobody cares about it.
Is there any other bowl game that you'll watch, Fred? I mean, that you want to watch? I know you'll watch them all, but... Well, no, you won't.
No, but I don't watch as much football as I used to.
Well?
Yeah. But, I mean, I'll probably watch, I'll probably watch some of them. You know, especially the ones on at night.
Well,
I watch them.
Name one you're going to watch. Name 2 teams the one you're going to watch.
Come on, quick.
Name a game you're looking forward to.
Well, I can't write, I don't have my schedule right in front of me.
How about you, Sid?
No, I don't.
Name one.
I don't care. No.
Nobody cares.
No.
Is Fresno State going to be in a bowl?
No.
No.
Well, then there's just no reason to watch anything.
Oh, no, I think I heard Francesa say they are going to be in something.
Yeah, but it's going to be one of those garbage bowls.
Francesa, by the way, is
what?
He's the source.
Of what?
Everything.
Oh,
he is.
Come on.
If you want to talk about somebody who is the man,
yeah,
it is Mike Francesa.
He's the authority.
Period.
Well, you know I'm huge fans of Mike and Chris. In fact, as I have this job now, I owe a lot of it to guys like Mike and Chris.
Right.
But I think you're getting way too carried away.
What?
I think certain times you get carried away.
Why the nerve?
Well, I mean, the guy's the best in the business. Mike and Chris are the best in the business.
In what respect?
Well, they are very. Mike knows what he's talking about. They're very entertaining. They're great guys.
Chris
they have
know what
set
he's
the standard.
No.
No, they both do.
No. Mike is the man. Period.
He is the ball.
Why is Mike the man?
Come on.
Why isn't Chris the man?
Because Chris is a moron.
Come on, it's Mike and the Moron Show.
I mean, I like Chris a lot. But
Very entertaining guy, though, Chris.
It's
What if I told you that Chris knows just as much as Mike?
Oh, well.
You'd be revealing yourself.
You're really revealing yourself.
Insulting the.
And what if I told you that I was totally serious about that too?
What do you think, Fred?
Well, I think it's about entertainment. I don't think it's about sports. I mean, who cares who played on the 1956 Giants team, or what kind of trades they're going to make? It's all entertainment to me.
Point.
And I do like Mad Dog, I mean, for the entertainment value, which is what it is.
Yeah, but you know what? He's got everybody
I like
fooled.
Chris, too. I mean, I like the other guy, too. What's the other guy's name?
Francesa, Fred.
Francesa.
But what is this with you, this affinity that you have for Mike, that you think that he's like so far and away the sports genius? Because I think he's great. Don't get me wrong. I think he's great.
Because he has proved himself. First of all, he's my friend. That's one.
Well, he's a great guy.
Yeah. Personally, I know a lot of stuff about him that other people don't know.
I know a lot of stuff too.
Okay, but I mean,
I couldn't reveal it right now.
He's an extraordinary individual.
He's a great guy. Yeah. You know he lost 90,000 at the track at the Belmont?
What?
He lost 90 grand at the track at the Belmont.
I understand that.
You never bring that up, man. You never bring that up. All you talk about is the great picks he has, every time we talk about somebody on this show, you always bring up only the good things.
We had a bad day. Let's move on. I wouldn't talk about losing money at the track, Sid, if I were you.
90
Or
grand?
any place else.
What do you think about 90 grand's a bad day?
Well,
it's a little rough.
Guy lost 70,000 in Atlanta, and he went and he shot to death like 6 of his co-workers. Remember that guy in the stock market?
That was a bad day.
Well,
that's not a bad day. That's a little fraud. That guy's a bad day is when you wake up in the morning and you're not sure if you're going to be able to make it on work because you got a bad stomach. Yeah. That's a bad day. A bad day is when you come to work and you know what? Maybe everything doesn't go your way. A bad day is even if you get fired. That's a bad day.
Yeah.
You lose $90,000 in one day. That is not a bad day. That is a disaster.
That's horrendous.
That's horrendous. That's an absolute. That's a tragedy.
Carry time.
Well,
you got guys. I passed 15 guys on the way here this morning begging for a quarter.
Wow.
For a quarter, so they could maybe.
Well, he didn't
get a
really
little
actually lose
$90,000 he lost.
Yeah, but
$90,000.
Wait. There's context here.
yeah,
though.
you're taking
Come
it
on now,
completely
just a
out
minute.
of context. We were playing
How
with
can I take it out of context? He bet
Because-
12 races, and he lost 12 races. $8,000 a race is $96,000. What is to be taken out of context?
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
saying he's not a...
Good point.
There's a larger picture.
What is the larger picture?
Well, it was the house's money, and it was...
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
it
it
was...
wasn't as though...
Yeah.
Whose house? Whose house's money? Some house ended up with 90,000 less the next day. There was a house somewhere that had 90,000 out of their safe.
Imus in the morning.
All right, let's talk about food, Chief.
Now, I ask you, as some folks say, what in the name of all that's holy could be more appropriate for your warm and joyous holiday table than a fruitcake? Well, you say just about anything from a hairball to a pan full of lizard peckers, Senor Brimley. And I'd agree with you, except for one thing. Quaker Oats oatmeal. That's going to make all the difference. Along with the fact that this is an old Kennedy family traditional Cape Cod recipe. Are you ready to cook? All right. Bam! Here we go. Take about a quart or two of rum, baking powder, cup of butter, brown sugar, 4 large eggs, teaspoon of salt. Now, stop right here and check that rum for quality. Had better, had worse. Now, next, lemon juice, bunch of walnuts, and a quart of whiskey. Now, stop right here and check that whiskey for quality. Works for me. And finally, here's your secret now. Substitute from the fine folks at General Mills Quaker Oats oatmeal, where your recipe calls for shortening. Okay, let's slap this sumbitch together. Now take a large bowl, after confirming whiskey quality by pouring 1 level cup and drink. Now then, repeat. Okie dokie. Where was I? All right, turn on your electric mixer, beat up your butter and sugar. Pause. Make sure rum is still okay. Holy now get your mixer going again and throw in a bunch of dried fruit and beat that bastard senseless. Now, reconfirm your whiskey choice by pouring 1 level coffee can and drink. Jesus God almighty. All right. Next, sift in some salt or something and check back on your rum to guarantee consistency. Now, add a dump in all your Quaker Oats, grease up your oven, crank her over to about 350 or something like that. Get ready to drain your nuts. And then a couple hours later, you drag out one of these bad boys right here. See? All nice and warm and gooey. So all that's left for you, Cha-Cha, is to just poke a hole in her, drop your drawers, and get to celebrating. Ain't gonna be the first fruitcake I ever had, and it probably ain't gonna be the first one you had neither. Quaker Oats and fruitcake, making the holidays safe for sex, and it's the right damn thing to do.
Coming up on 21 after the hour, here in the Irish Morning Program. Well, here's old David from New Jersey on line 1. Well, first of all, David, happy holidays to you and your family, and hope you have a great holiday season, a safe one, and a great new year.
I certainly appreciate that.
Well, you're quite welcome.
But, hey,
what can I do for you?
You got to give up on that. You're such a miserable old bastard. You got to give up on smashing these people's gifts. What do you think people would say when you send them that lousy fat loser T-shirt or hat or goddamn coffee with the picture of your brother on the back end?
Get off my phone, you a-hole.
Just because I asked you
a feeling of love.
Just because I spoke her name somewhere, just because I rang her number by mistake today, she thinks I still care. Imus in the morning. It's pretty barren in Tora Bora, about as cold as a North Pole. Muller's turban hangs by the chimney, fill that bad boy up with coal. Yes, it's Christmas time in Afghanistan. Santa Claus is on his way. He got a little exploding present for the Al-Qaeda, special delivery from the USA. He's a traitor and trash talker, a treasonous terrorist. So Santa done crossed John Walker, the hell of his Christmas list. Yes, it's Christmas time in Afghanistan, and Santa Claus is on his sleigh. Gonna drop the big one down Osama's chimney and blow the Taliban away.
In the morning program. Want to remind you that Rob Bartlett and Bartlett's will be at the Stanford Center for the Arts tonight through Sunday. For more information, call them at 203-325-4466 or go to Rob's very fun website at robshow.com and check that situation out. Going to talk to Chris Collinsworth from Fox Sports about a little football coming up.
What you see before me, oh, Merry Christmas, pretty baby. You sure did treat me nice. You bought me a diamond ring for Christmas, and now I'm living in paradise. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all. Jingle all the Imus in the morning.
Where y'all gonna find the world's finest foods and freshest fruit? In the Garden of Eden, of course. Welcome to the world of Eden Baskets. Eden Baskets, a unique and elegant way of letting someone know how much you really care about them, called 1-800-WOW-EDEN. Perfect for clients, business associates, and employees.
Do I know what?
Terry Bradshaw.
Who's that? No, of course I know Terry Bradshaw.
What kind of relationship do you have with him?
Actually, he's a pretty good guy, but he's probably got to be one of the dumbest guys in all of broadcasting.
Pardon me?
He's got to be one of the dumbest guys in all of broadcasting, but a nice guy. You kind of feel sorry for a guy like him. The thing about it, in the 70s, he played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who had the Steel Curtain, who had Franco Harris, John Stallworth, Lynn Swann. Hey, you could have quarterbacked that team to the Super Bowl. Let me just tell you something. They used to tell him in his quarterback meeting, look, Terry, just don't go out and screw it up right now, you hillbilly. The only quarterback ever that played with no teeth. He should have been a hockey player.
So you don't give Terry any credit for those 4 Super Bowl rings?
Absolutely not. Everybody in the quarterback group that we all know all laugh at him. It's amazing.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, he was at the right place at the right time. What can I tell you?
So, do you think that, say somebody like, I don't know, you quarterbacking the Steelers could have won 4 Super Bowls?
We would have won 10 Super Bowls.
I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. If I have to beg, please, for your sympathy, I don't mind, 'cause you mean that much to me. Imus in the morning.
Are you losing your hair?
Very well written, by the way.
Is that the book about the girl who plays basketball? Yeah. Very stupid premise. Highly unrealistic. Could never happen in a million years.
It's already happened.
Oh.
Ann Myers already played 20 years ago, played in the NBA for some, I forget exactly.
No, I think it was Nancy Lieberman.
Oh, whoever it was.
Yeah.
But it ain't the point anyway.
That's the point.
That's why they had old white guys like Mike Breen standing around.
Right. So, Chris Collinsworth was just on the show.
He sucks. He sucks, and so does Howie Long, by the way.
Howie Long is just...
Howie Long is the worst.
Man, he is just, there's nothing going on there.
As they would say in Brooklyn, he thinks who the F he is.
Yeah.
And he's humorless.
And then what happens is, and I don't want to knock you, man, but when Howie Long comes on, for some reason, you're like so nice to him.
Well, what's the point of being mean to guys? The guys on mental page.
Greatly appreciate you coming on, Howie. Taking the time.
What are you supposed to do?
Well, what's so last week we did the show in the at the theater, the O'Neill Theater.
Yeah.
One of the best shows I've ever heard in the history of your program. Howie Long came on, he ruined it. The last 20 minutes of Howie Long was so bad, it ruined the whole day. That show went from a 10 to a 4.
Yeah, the guy sucks. You're right.
Why doesn't he get all fired up about something? He takes everything so seriously.
Red should kick him in the teeth.
At least Chris Collinsworth makes an effort.
He's not bad.
But he still sucks.
Bradshaw's the only good one out of them all, I think. James Brown comes on.
Yeah, from now on, that's it. I mean, either if they want to promote it, it's fine with me. But we're not taking the stiffs on their show.
Well, that's a pretty big statement considering it's the end of the season.
Nice job.
Well, it's all over.
It's like having Jim Nance on every week.
Oh, come on. Nance is a great guy.
Yeah, but the season's over, so
Nance is not happening.
irrelevant.
Nance is a great guy.
I didn't say that.
No, but
and he does a nice job for CBS.
There's nothing going on there, believe
me.
It's
Jimmy does
Mr. Vanilla.
Flat as a pancake. Let's face it.
That's
you know
not
it, I know
right.
it.
No.
There's nothing happening.
He's very, very good at what he does, Jimmy. He's very good.
He's
a
loser.
guy.
He's a nice guy. He's a loser.
I think maybe his supporting cast you may have a couple of questions about them, but I think Jimmy...
They're awful.
No.
They are awful.
Glenville's great.
He makes Mike Ditka. He's that's magic,
robot,
man.
Irv Cross.
They're great. They are all great.
He makes Howie seem like Jay Leno.
Randy Cross.
Whatever. You can tell I'm a big fan.
The guy's a moron. God, they're awful. That show's awful.
Did I get the name right? My man, Randy Cross.
That stuff is that is. Really
I like Nance. I think Nance is good. Very talented guy. Very talented guy. If he came on every week, it wouldn't even be a problem.
What, did he call you yesterday?
Yeah, he called me at home.
Oh, okay. What, send you a fruit basket? You're pulling an Imus on us over here.
He is.
He loves the midday show, obviously.
Big fan. Yeah, me and
Hey,
Jody.
for somebody who who was knocking a Knicks, and then Breen got you some courtside tickets, and you went down there and was sucking up to John Starks.
No, that's not true.
After you done it, you're going to bitch slap him.
I went to the game.
And then you said, oh, Mr. Starks, can I have your autograph?
That's not true.
Well, that's what Breen said.
I said, yo, Starkey, give my beer, bitch.
I don't think that's
make sure
the way
it's
the
cold.
story went.
Make sure it's cold.
That's not the way Breen reported it.
No, not at all. Well, Breen was trying to be silly, and of course...
Oh, of course, sure. Yeah. I think Breen's a fairly credible source between you and me.
Well, Breen's a little bit of a knucklehead.
I don't think either one of them gave a good story there. I think something else might have happened.
Congratulations to Warner Wolf winning a big some sports award.
Yep.
Right, Sid?
No, nonsense.
What?
Absolute nonsense. I told you about it a couple of times today. It's nonsense. I'm happy for... Look, I like Warner. You know I like Warner.
Oh, sure.
And it's always nice when somebody says something about your career, you can look back and go, that was really good. But, again, I just don't understand how no consideration at all. Not a phone call, not an email, nothing saying, hey, Sid, you're up for this award.
No.
You know, Warner's old, so we gave it to Warner
Sid,
because you're going to win it a couple times anyway.
Sid, you've been
nothing
a
like that.
sportscaster for 15 minutes.
It doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter if it's 15 minutes or 15 years. It's about the quality I'm in, not the quantity. Now, I know they wanted to give me this award.
What quality?
I happen to know for a fact they wanted to give me this award. But they gave it the old sympathy deal for Warner.
How do you know that?
Because I have somebody on the inside, Charles, I'd rather not mention right now.
Oh, you know what?
But my name came up. My name came up, and they were like, "We should give it to Sid." But you know what? Warner's been around for a long time, and you know he's on Imus's show, and he's got some cute shtick, and we'll give it to him. But my name was the first one to come up. I was the one who was supposed to win that award.
What? You need medication.
No, it's the truth.
What is the award, by the way?
You hanging out with Nate Newton?
What do you mean?
What's the name of the award?
I don't know what the name of the award is. Nobody cares about it.
I know you got Imus in the morning. Gotta go to Moe's. Gotta go to Modell's. Gotta go to Moe's. Yeah.
This football season, you know you gotta go to Moe's for all. Don't forget, Moe's has the best selection of brand name sporting goods, apparel, and athletic footwear. Top brands like Nike, Adidas, New Balance, and Reebok. For the store nearest you, call 1-800-ASK-MODELS or log on to models.com today.
Gotta go to Moe's. Gotta go to Modell's. Gotta go to Moe's. Gotta go to Moe's. In the morning.
The flagship station for New York sports is The Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York, an Infinity broadcasting station. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning. It's 10 o'clock. I'm Joe Tollison. Sports at WFAN, the flagship station for the Imus in the Morning program, weekdays from 5:30 till 10.
There goes John Jacob Jingleheimer.
Hey, kids, let's...
Sports Radio 66. WFAN, New York.
5 after 10 on a Friday morning here in New York. Jody Mack hanging out with my partner Sid Rosenberg. How are you, Sid?
Doing good. Fridays are always nice, Mac. You know how it is.
No, I don't. Explain it to me.
Well, Friday is the end of the week, and we get paid today.
That's always good, but that's not always a Friday.
And it's not always
The
good.
15th and the 30th.
Depends who you are.
Right. Better for some. Just leave it as that, as a matter of fact. I know one guy's going to get paid. Looking forward to the 15th or the 30th, if that's the way it's going to be laid out for him. Hey, a guy by the name of Jason John.
The Stanford Center for the Arts Rich Forum Theater. How you doing? It's Salmonella. This weekend, join Rob and his ho-ho-hos, them skankster bottlettes, for the biggest, fattest Christmas show ever. Holiday-themed music and comedy, and I'll be there with you to share the story of me and Santa Claus on the night before Christmas in Brooklyn. For tickets and information, call the Stanford Center, 203-325-4466, or click on robshow.com. Rob Bartlett's Big Fat Christmas Spectacular at the Rich Forum in Stamford, Connecticut. Thanks a lot. Shut up.
Sorry, we're out of time. Sidney will get his picks when we get back. See, that's what happens when you let your friends get plugs in.
Have you ever seen any of his shows, by the way?
45 seconds before the end of the show, Sidney will jam his picks in.
You see his shows yet?
I've never seen. I like Rob. I think that he's as key an element to the Imus show as anybody other than the I-Man himself. I've never seen him live.
Other than the I-Man himself?
Yeah. Sorry, buddy, you come in time now.
Oh!
Sorry about that, buddy.
Come on!
Sorry, buddy. You're only 3 days a week.
That's true.
718-937-6666. Oh, we won't have any time for calls. What am I thinking? Sidney's got to make his picks. The show's almost over. But you go see Rob this weekend. That's key.
You can win New York Giants tickets during Mike and the Mad Dog's Football Friday show. We'll be giving away tickets in the 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock hours every week here on the flagship station for Giants football, The Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York.
Fall is here. Tropical storm season is at its height, and that can mean torrential
Language. Under 17 not admitted without parent. This is a trip you dare not miss. You're in OJ land, man. Starts today.
Last shutout, the NFC champion. Giants 41, the Vikings nothing. Super Bowl, here we come.
This is Jim Fossil, head coach of the New York Giants. Last season, I guaranteed that the team would make it to the playoffs, and we ended up going all the way to the Super Bowl. You can't compete at that level unless you're feeling your best. Maybe it's time to quit smoking. Give it a try. For help quitting, call the New York State Smokers Quit Line at 1-888-609-6292. That's 1-888-609-6292. They'll send you a free stop smoking kit that will have you back in form before you know it. I guarantee it.
The preceding was a message from the New York State Health Department. George Pataki, Governor.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York.
6 coming from Sydney. 2 minutes, go.
Now, here we go. You ready? Let's start with the 4 games you took. We took 4.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN. They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can. It's Mike and the Mad Dog on the Fan. Nothing can get by 'em, turn it on and try 'em. Mike and the Mad Dog, WFAN.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? The Mike and the Mad Dog radio program. Nice to have you with us on this Friday in New York, the 14th day of December, the year 2001. The great Mark Malusis. Get a little help today from Chris Collins, 718-937-6666. Two-way Sports Talk telephone number. We've got a wide menu to choose from on this Friday. Good afternoon there, Michael. How are you?
I'm fine, Doug.
And let's start with the Notre Dame situation.
Tonight. This is Rich Ackerman. Now let's check the Giants Sky Patrol. Here's Gina Mahan.
The Giants are taking on the Cardinals at the Meadowlands this afternoon. Currently, we have just some moderate traffic.
I require your absolute, undivided attention. We are faced today by a threat from within. Private, if you would please, give me a pissed-off postal worker, active retribution on the lights in here, and prepare the overhead projector. Sir! Yes, sir, sir! Nice shot, Group, Private. You'd make any post office employee proud. Now then, it has come to our attention that an individual, a figure of menace, is occupying one of the highest offices in the chain of command of my beloved country's governmental structure. While we have always viewed this person as a possible threat, we didn't understand the full dimensions of the peril he poses until very recent actions by him were revealed during an event in Washington. However, now we know. Maggots, this son of a bitch, it is now clear, will stop at nothing to capture the reins of power in this nation. Nothing is above him, and believe me, nothing is beneath him in achieving this goal. Private, give me slide 1. Here he is, gentlemen, the lowest, most malevolent, loathsome, and yet cunning creature this republic has ever dealt with. Can anyone identify him? Oh, I see. Everybody can. Well, we need just one. Yes, you way in the back.
Sir, the close-set eyes, sir. The psychotically self-conscious erect bearing as though he was getting a prostate exam with a hat rack. The hair moosed with 3M window caulk, trying ineffectively to cover the sand trap bald spot, and especially the sharp aquiline nose that appears to have been dunked in shinola. That's Al Gore, sir.
Correct, Private. President, Vice, States, United of. Al Gore, who with his dewy-eyed, groveling policy slave, one Paul Begala, revealed a depth of desperation heretofore unknown in the annals of American political history at a high-profile charity function in the District of Columbia. After, for years, having been referred to by Broadcasting's Don Imus as... Private, could you join me here?
Yes, sir.
As?
Sir, Imus described Al Gore as an evil, bald-headed, tree-hugging, owl-sucking, tobacco-touting, Clinton-alibi-ing, sister-exploiting, indictment-ducking, Buddhist-milking, two-faced, empty-suit fraud who'd make Marion Barry look like W.E.B. Du Bois, sir.
Exactly, Private. After all of that, Al Gore, reminded by Begala Imus's 10 million potential voter radio audience rolled over for Imus and allowed himself to be violated you know how and you know where. And then added to his self-subjugation by inserting his nose so far up the I-man's plumber's crack, even meter readers hadn't been there. In a video presentation, Al Gore donned an Auto Body Express shirt, a cowboy hat, and looking plaintively into the camera, asked, "May I call you Don?" Boys, the dangers posed by this man cannot be overstated. You will be on alert, as we never can predict where Al Gore's nose will turn up next. To protect yourselves, I am changing the uniform of the day. Until further notice, or at least until after the New Hampshire primary, you will remove your combat helmets from your heads and strap them instead over your asses.
That's a good one there, sir.
Thank you for your attention. That is all.
You ain't nothing but a hound. Been snooping around my door. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Been snooping around my door. You can wag your tail, but I ain't gonna feed you no more. Imus in the morning.
Gotta see Spears on the cover, $3. Trip for two to Egypt, Morocco, and Tunisia for Hillary and Chelsea. Hell, I don't know. I'm not paying for it. Ability to use White House as a bachelor pad for 12 days. Priceless.
There's some things that money can't buy, like getting your wife and daughter out of the house so you can entertain one of the hottest little pop sluts in music today. For the rest, there's MasterCard, the official card of men who just can't resist seductive adolescent girls in Catholic school uniforms who bump and grind while singing "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time." And those who believe that the only thing better than giving a naughty little girl a tour of the Oval Office is being able to do it at the taxpayer's expense.
Andy Rooney this week is thinking about people he'd like to see boarding the Barnacle bus. Andy?
Barnacle, for one, as I think about it, after Mike became the William F. Ginsburg of the Kennedy crash coverage. Could you get more FaceTime? I don't know about you, but I don't think so. Anyway, I spotted this item in the paper the other day about how John Whitehead, one of the lawyers in the Paula Jones case, was thinking about appealing the court decision ordering Bill Clinton to pay $90,000 for some lie or the other. Who could possibly tell which one at this point? $90,000 is about a fifth of what the Jones people wanted. And it got me thinking about people, John Whitehead and Paula, who we're all so sick of that we find ourselves drifting into thoughts of why they couldn't run afoul of a disgruntled day trader or two.
No.
John Whitehead, it's over, butt munch. Take the $90,000 and get out. What is wrong with people who can't grasp the fact that whatever inconsequential smattering of relevance they once may have had is gone? And I don't know if you've noticed, but they're everywhere. One of the most prevalent places is in this way premature presidential race. Look at the pictures of these candidates I've gathered on my desk here, and think about how relieved you'd be if they all fell together into an abandoned, flooded limestone quarry and drowned. Of course, at the top of the list is this one, Hillary Rodham. You tell me, has a mud hole ever spawned a more repugnant creature than this thing? I don't think so, with the possible exception of her husband. And yet, they're still here, and they're not going away.
No.
Truly incredible. Here's one that'd give a gut wag in the willies. Lamar Alexander.
Yeah.
How in God's name does somebody like Lamar Alexander get the idea that one person would vote for him for president, let alone an entire country? If you're asking me, Lamar Alexander should be institutionalized before he hurts somebody. Here's Steve Forbes. Looks like somebody who they ought to be doing an alien autopsy on, doesn't he? He'll be president when I am. And then look at this. Poor old Dan Quayle. George W., Jr., has raised $40 million without even asking anybody. Dan Quayle's out with a squeegee, washing windshields, and having people tell him to get the away from their cars. Pitiful.
Yeah.
And yet, he's not going away either.
Oh.
Nor is this guy, Pat Buchanan. Or this guy, Al Gore. And how about these people? Are you sick enough of Madeleine Albright, William Cohen? In fact, every last man, dog, and virus even remotely connected to the Clintons? How about these people? George and Barbara Bush. He should jump out of a plane and land on her. And this fathead, Jesse Ventura. How about Charles Grodin, Peter Jennings, Sam Donaldson? Here's Regis and Kathy Lee, possibly the only organism science has discovered who's more insufferable than Hillary. And Martha Stewart, Robert Torricelli, Billy Packer, Tiger Woods, Hank Williams Jr. You see what I mean? I call it the list with no end. I don't know about you, but I'm hoping they all wind up in a room with one of those mild-mannered guys who's just taken a bath on AOL. You've got mail, all right. A sympathy card.
In the Senate, did I blow my career? That's up to Kendall, Ruff, and Bennett. It all came crashing down there on a dread September Friday. 11 counts that said I should hit the highway. Regrets, oh, there's quite a few. So many that they give me heartburn. I guess it was taboo what I did with that porky intern. I thought it wasn't wrong to go the old self-satisfy way. She just played with her thumb while I did it my way. I must admit I hold a grudge against that nitwit geek Matt Drudge. The truth is unassailable because it's all available. They're on the nation's information superhighway. Now everybody knows, unless they live on Mars or Pluto, just how I soiled her clothes and what I did with that Macanudo. I've sinned against you, Lord, although I've tried to do it thy way. I just went overboard the undignified way. But what is a man? What has he got? Without his manhood, he's got squat. If I have to abdicate the throne because some fat chick ate my bone, the record shows I took her clothes, but did it my way.
You love ice cream? Well, let's talk about ice cream that is made. Moosic, Pennsylvania, the greatest city in the world! NHL playoffs, game one from Dallas. Stars beat the St. Louis Blues 3-0. Brett Hull, who did not score a single goal in their first-round playoff series, had a big goal last night. Hull says this should prove he's not a sissy boy.
I'm a powerful skater, masculine skater. I'm not a feminine skater. I don't skate feminine, and I'm not going to be that way. And I don't have a feminine side.
Obviously a man in touch with his innermost feelings. Brett Hull and the Dallas Stars. As for the St. Louis Blues, Pierre Turgeon says they'll bounce back.
It's okay, I'm a little disappointed tonight, but, I mean, there's Saturday. I'm just going to give it everything I have, so now I just got to sit and wait and see what happens.
What's happened to today's hockey players? On to baseball, a rough night for the Red Barons. In a key AAA matchup, Scranton-Wilkes-Barre, defeated by the Buffalo Bisons 12-2,
It was I-Man night at Lackawanna County Stadium. Any man over 50 who brought a 15-year-old date got in free. And one more day to go before World War III. The NBA playoffs start tomorrow. The Knicks and the Heat, one of the matchups. They meet in the playoffs for the third straight season. Heat, of course, have home court. Latrell Sprewell was asked if that's important.
I think that, you know, in the past, in the NBA, that might have mattered. I think with the way teams are pretty evenly matched.
And somebody should choke him.
Now that it probably doesn't mean...
We have an inarticulate person doing sports. We don't need to hear from them during sports.
Whoa. Just so unusual to have an inarticulate NBA player. Such a surprise. And that's sports. I'm Mike Breen.
Okay. Robert Cordero is an attorney practicing in Dunmore, Pennsylvania. Bob founded, owned, and operated 5 different radio stations, and his was among the first radio stations in the country to broadcast the syndicated Imus in the Morning radio program hosted by one of Time Magazine's most influential Americans, Don Imus.
What the hell are you reading? What are you reading?
Mr. Imus, most recently on the cover of Newsweek, hails Bob as one of the major influences in his life and credits much of his success to the guidance and counsel of Mr. Cordero. Bob has worked on municipal, county, and national government levels, and if he were not seeking the office of county commissioner, Bob would make a great president of the United States. Of this you can be certain, he would not have a fat intern honking on his love puppet in the Oval Office, disgracing himself, the country, and the president.
Amen.
Please welcome to the Imus in the Morning program, Bob Cordero.
His kids aren't clapping.
Did you make your kids wear these T-shirts?
No, believe it or not, I didn't have to.
Oh, you didn't?
No, they're into the effort.
They're very cute kids, all of them. And is that your wife?
Yes, that's my wife, Joy.
Look at the Amanda Cross she-bears.
The big one on the end.
And there's a big fat kid. Oh, that's Larry.
That's a kid we adopted.
Maybe we should talk to your oldest son. Let's come on with He's got to find out how things are in the...
Now you be on your best behavior now, here.
Here now, Bob Cordero. Bob's oldest son, is it Larry?
Larry.
Huh?
Yeah.
What kind of a parent is Bob?
Absent a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Apparently he has to travel with Aunt Trixie. They go places. They apparently work at hotels. They go to hotels.
And you like all your little brothers and sisters?
Yeah. They're okay.
Oh. And your mom, you like her?
No. I did until Dad told me some things about her.
What did Dad say about her?
She used to burn me with cigarettes. and she's a bitch, he said.
Well, thank you very much, Larry. Little Larry Cordero here.
Now I'm just a bartender, and I don't like my work, but I don't mind the money at all. I see lots of sad faces and lots of bad cases of folks with their backs to the wall. But I need 4 walls around me to hold my life, to keep me from going
selection of products.
For 20 minutes, Rich Ackerman, WFAN 2020 Sports.
Right after Imus in the morning, it's Jody McDonald and Sid Rosenberg from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. here on the flagship station for New York sports, The Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York.
At 4:41, let's check.
Taliban, goat screwers, evildoers, twin towers fall. They hate the Jews in Palestine, so they hijack the airlines. But heroes on the job are there to answer the call. Got the sense of violence, death of all our innocents. More than just an aphorism, never bow to terrorism. George Bush, 43, and Rudy Giuliani. Uncle Sam is knocking at your door. Osama, goodbye. We're gonna stop Al-Qaeda, and we won't surrender, 'cause we all remember. We're gonna stop Al-Qaeda. We'll keep up the fight until the wrongs are righted. NBC's all doom and gloom, powder in the mailroom. Brokaw secretaries rash, damn all the luck. Kenneth, what's the frequency? Baby, up at ABC. Rather and Jennings say, does anthrax really suck? Ashley Banfield dyes her hair, so the Muslims will not stand. Though she wears designer veils that she bought at Bloomingdale's. Look good for the jihad, live from Islamabad. Down on the front line, covering war in prime time. We're gonna stop Al-Qaeda, and we won't surrender, 'cause we all remember. We're gonna stop Al-Qaeda. We'll keep up the fight until the wrongs are righted. Tony Blair, England, united we stand. Weasels hiding in a cave, situations looking grave. Robert loves to open mail, we will not tire, bolt or fail. Spirits out of fever pitch, Osama, this is my base, bitch. Night vision image grainy, is anyone see Cheney? Tom Ridge's surety, new homeland security. Bring back exile King Zahir, deported actor Richard Gere. We've issued our own fatwa, death to Mullah Omar. We're gonna stop Al-Qaeda, and we won't surrender, 'cause we all remember. We're gonna stop Al-Qaeda. We'll keep up the fight until the wrongs are righted. Gas mask, Pakistan, India, Uzbekistan, Cipro, smallpox, microwave your mailbox. Rumsfeld hates the media, they're an encyclopedia. Giving Bin Laden tips, loose lips, sink ships. First and 10, we got the ball, we're in it for the long haul. Give the princess money back, brown war, full attack. You know we're gonna beat them, ensure enduring freedom. USA, USA, what more do you have to say? We're gonna stop Al-Qaeda, and we won't surrender, 'cause we all remember. We're gonna stop Al-Qaeda. Now the line's been drawn, so let's get it on, and on, and on, and on, and on. We're gonna stop Al-Qaeda, and we won't surrender.
The seaborne assault was about to begin. It was the largest armada the world has ever seen. Over 6,000 ships waiting off the coast of Normandy. The Americans were headed for beaches called Utah and Omaha. The British and Canadians were scheduled to land at Gold, Juno, and Sword beaches.
As a rifleman, I had 60 rounds of ammunition plus 3 bandoliers around my neck, 3 fragmentation grenades, 1 smoke grenade, 1 phosphorus grenade. Each of us had a quarter pound of TNT. We carried 1 set of K rations, a breakfast, dinner, and supper, and 3 D-bars. On the back, we had the rations, raincoat, and what was called a paratroop packet, which was a pouch holding a syringe of morphine and a tourniquet. This was for our own immediate use, for no medics were to be in there with us in the first wave. Over this jacket, we had a Navy-type life-saving belt. Around the neck and under the jacket went the 1-inch band of the amphibious gas mask. In my pockets in the front of my jacket, I had my blanks to be used in propelling my anti-tank grenades. Under my left arm hung the anti-tank grenades in a web bag.
Imus in the morning.
More and more all over the country and here in New York, investors are turning away from short-term thinking toward longer-term investing, from ordinary online trading to something known as direct investing. Thousands of investors are turning. Good morning, Dennis.
John?
Yeah?
What kind of an outrageous backstabbing stunt did you pull on me?
Well, I don't know. What did I do?
I was willing to relocate, come down to New York, drive your limo, You came to Boston.
I don't want a drunk driving my limo.
What's that got to do with it?
What's it got to do with a drunk driving my limo?
What about my livelihood?
Well, I don't think it's my responsibility.
You didn't have one iota of how to get in touch with me.
Well, you don't make any sense, Dennis. Well, why would I want to get in touch with you?
Shocking. What?
Why would I want to get in touch with you?
Well, ponder this for a second.
Are you drunk now?
No.
Of course you are.
Ponder this for a second.
All right.
I'm standing online in front of the Don Imus book signing.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of meeting most of the crew.
It was also the Fred Imus book signing, I might point out.
But he wasn't taking pictures with beautiful girls in. So I was about third to go up, and I jumped out of the line. And I was just curious, what would have happened if I had stayed on line? I didn't have any money, and I didn't have a book.
All right. What do you mean, what would have happened?
What would you have said?
Well, I've had people online who didn't have a book, and they had something else they want me to sign. I signed it.
Ponder this.
Ponder my penis, Dennis.
Wait,
come on. We're not on that.
Ponder this.
Well, you ponder this.
What does Don Imus, Michael Kennedy, and the tortoise have in common?
We've not.
We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this.
We know this.
We know the joke, and you're not going to do it on this radio program, you stupid old drunk. So, Bernard already told it the other day. And by the way, y'all, Bernard will be in Boston, Dennis.
And I'll see him tomorrow.
He'll be there from 4 to 6 o'clock at the Public House, 6 Beacon Street in Boston. Bernard McGirt doing Maya Angelou and Cardinal O'Connor.
We're going to have a contest, too.
Dogs at a cocktail party.
Yeah?
The Black Beatles. And see what, Bernie?
See who can vomit the farthest.
Yeah.
There you go. I think I know who's going to win.
What is it? You know what I don't understand?
What?
Is how you can be drunk and manage to dial the telephone.
Who said I was drunk?
Oh, come on here.
You damn fool! Bye. I'll see Bernie tomorrow.
Who knows what evil lurks in the heart of
Imus in the morning.
As an investor, you're probably feeling a bit unsettled. For the De La Russo Laser Center, find out how much your health insurance plan can save you on laser vision correction. Call 1-888-EYE-CARE today. With reports every 20 minutes, Rich Ackerman, WFAN 2020 Sports.
It's the NFL on FAN every Sunday with the NFL Now, the NFL in action, and New York Giants football. Here on Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York.
Last shutout, the NFC Champion Morning Show. The viewing will be held from until 8 p.m. tonight at the Owens Funeral Home, 216 Lenox Avenue in Manhattan at 121st Street and Lenox Avenue. Funeral services will be held tomorrow at 11 a.m. at the Abyssinian Baptist Church at 138th Street between Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard and Malcolm X Boulevard in Manhattan with a viewing at 10 a.m. Currently 46 degrees in Central Park, and that's what's happening. This is Rich Ackerman with 2020 Sports on WFAN, your home for Mike and the Mad Dog weekdays from 1 until 6:30.
Hey, Mikey, you know we really should...
Mike and the Mad Dog. Sports Radio 66 WFAN. They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can. It's Mike and the Mad Dog on the fan. Nothing can get by 'em. Turn it on and try 'em. Mike and the Mad Dog, WFAN.
All right, everybody, not exactly Mike and the Mad Dog, but we've got one animal inside the studio today. That would be the bird Ian Eagle, and I am Sid Rosenberg, and we're sitting in for Mike and Chris.
Yeah, that's clever.
Like that, huh?
That's a great start.
Thank you very much. That's about as good as it gets, so we'll see you next time right here on the Mike and the Mad Dog Show.
Yeah, I knew it was a great sign when we're coming into the studio. Sid says,
hey, when we do this two-man show, you talk, then I talk, and then we'll switch off. Okay? Is that good with you? Hey, yeah.
How you been, by the way? How are you?
I'm okay. How you doing?
It's good. We had a chance to work quite a bit together, actually, over the summer.
Yeah, that obviously worked out real well with management.
Yeah. Well, nobody listens during the summer. That's the problem.
That's a good point. That's my prime time, by the way. I don't think I've been on since August, so
yeah,
that's a real confidence booster for me. Thanks.
I noticed with you, it's either the summers when nobody listens, or it's the holidays because, look, we're both Jewish. Let's put it right on the table right now. Right. So we're working Christmas. So nobody listens then either.
Right, you're trying to book Mike Lieberthal, Brad Osmus, and...
It's not easy.
Ken Holtzman, the former A's pitcher.
Well, see if you can get 4 right now, active. Brad Osmus, Sean Green.
Mm-hmm. Mike Lieberthal.
Mike Lieberthal.
Yeah.
Which is, by the way, that's not true. That's a total... No, that's not true.
No, that's true.
No, it's not.
No, that's true.
No, I'm telling you, it's not.
Sid, it's true.
Okay, fine. Who else?
Well, I'm done.
Cordell Stewart. I think Cordell Stewart.
Shinjo, I believe. No? How you been? Everything all right?
Everything's going fantastic. Yeah. Jody Mack actually did the show before us today.
He wanted no part of you today.
I noticed that.
Did you sense that?
Not only Jody Mack, but Eddie Scazzeri, who's my producer on a daily basis,
Again,
also
wanted no party.
What was that all about?
It's a weird, like you abandoned the 10 to 1 shift.
Right.
Did you big time them in any way when you came in?
No, Ian, that Mark Chernoff called me in the office one day and said, boom, you're working this day, this hour. I had nothing to do with it.
No, I had no idea. I thought you went into the office and politic, no?
Maybe.
That's my fault. Maybe I misconceived the whole idea. But...
Maybe you politicked. Ever think about that?
No, I did not politic.
No.
But it's great to see you.
You too. We got a big show coming up today, too.
Well, what do you want to do here? Where do you want to go with this?
Well, let's start with some of the guests coming on later on today, include John Davidson. We'll talk about that. Ranger game.
Deep in the Southwest, in the heart of Rivera, is a place straight out of an old bygone era. And there to make sure that it all gets done is a well-hung, high-strung son of a gun. I'm with a shiny new Colt 45 and a brother who can't keep the livestock alive. What's that hanging from that old cottonwood branch? One of the contractors from the Imus ranch. Our man informs us with a frightening smirk. This ain't a day camp, you kids will work. Won't be no boating or biking or ball. You're gonna mend fences, shovel out horse stalls. End of the day, your ass will be dragging. By the campfire waiting for the chuck wagon. Tofu and bean sprouts and organic wheat. Although it's a cattle ranch, we don't eat meat. Out in the wild, wild, wild west wilderness. How we get out of here is anyone's guess. Eating salsa from the Auto Body Express. Pastoral setting, pretty locale. Keeping the horses in the corral. There's David Juris saying, hi, pal. Looking like he just came back from Guadalcanal. The good, the bad, and the I-Man. Somebody call out the cavalry, y'all. Prairie dogs, tumbleweeds, coyotes, cactus, no pinball or ping pong or pool to distract us. For riding and roping and driving the herd, but still you don't hear a discouraging word. Cause despite the hard work, we're all having fun. And besides that, the I-Man, he carries a gun. Thinking he's some kind of bad desperado, about as much of an outlaw as Alphonse D'Amato. He pitching a fit cause his fingers is split. While I'm digging a ditch and shoveling If I was a hired hand, I'd probably quit. New Mexican sunset, it's so serene. Most beautiful place that I've ever seen. Set for that TV producer, Jeff Green. Dude ain't got no hair, looks like Mr. Clean. The good, the bad, and the I-Man. Under the prairie moon, out on the mesa, you won't find a Southwestern Mother Teresa. Just a cranky old cowboy and his trailer park brother, a red...